Welcome to Echo in the Trees. Twilight came softly to the forest. The trees stood still, their leaves rustling only when the breeze remembered to move. Fireflies blinked lazily in the underbrush, and glowing mushrooms lit up the forest floor like fallen stars. The world had slowed for the night, but one small snail was still on the move. Solin crept along his favorite mossy path. His shell glistened faintly in the last light of day, spiraled like a story. Speckled with little flecks of lichen and moss, the tip of his twig walking stick tapped gently with each step. He liked this time of day. The forest got quiet enough to listen, and Solin was good at listening. He paused beside a curled fern and took a deep breath. The scent of damp earth and fallen petals filled his nose. Somewhere far away, an owl called. Somewhere closer, water lapped gently against a stone. Then he heard it, a sound, not like the owl or the breeze or the water. Something softer, rounder. It came from the trees or the sky, or maybe from inside his shell. It sounded like a voice, or maybe a song, or maybe just a memory. Solin blinked and looked around. A little ways off, Bramble the chipmunk was stacking pebbles in his usual lopsided way, trying to build a tiny fort for no real reason other than it was fun.
Bramble, did you hear that? Hear what? That sound. Just now it was like someone calling. Nope, just the wind. Or your tummy. Did you eat enough moss today? Maybe.
But inside, his shell felt full of something else, something old and echoing, something he had not heard in a long time. Solin sat alone beneath a soft bending fern, the moss cool beneath his belly. The forest had grown even quieter since he first heard the sound. Even the crickets seemed to hold their breath. He curled just slightly into his shell, not hiding exactly, just listening. The echo still hummed in his mind. Faint, like a memory underwater. He could not tell if it was a voice or a song, or maybe even something he had heard once in a dream. He blinked slowly. His shell had always been a place to carry things, softness, silence, secrets. But he had never carried an echo before. A small firefly landed on his leaf hat. It blinked once, twice, then floated gently away. Solin watched it disappear between the mushrooms. In his heart, something tugged, not sharp, just hollow, like the feeling you get when you remember someone you have not spoken of in a long time. He did not say their name. He did not have to. The next morning, the forest felt different. The air shimmered with a hush that was not quite silent. Not sleepy, not sad, just still, like the whole forest was waiting for something. Solin stirred from his shell, blinking slowly at the dappled light drifting through the leaves. The firefly's glow from the night before still lingered in his thoughts. So did the echo. He set off down the path, his twig walking stick tapping softly against the roots. As he rounded a curve in the mossy trail, he saw something curious. A row of tiny glowing stones placed carefully along a tree's roots. Each one pulsed with a gentle light, like it was holding something inside. A voice from above answered. Tula the deer stepped out from between two trees. Her hooves barely made a sound. They're memory lights. It's nearly time. Each year, when the leaves began to shift, the forest animals would gather to remember those who were not there anymore. Not just to grieve them, to feel them again.
I did not know it was so soon.
Grief does not follow the calendar. It just waits for us to be ready. Farther down the path, Solin saw more signs. Mary the raccoon was tying tiny paper lanterns with leaf string between tree branches. Each one had a name written on it in berry ink. A group of rabbits were collecting mushrooms and whispering stories as they worked. One of them paused, gently touching the edge of a mossy stone in reflection. And Alwyn the owl, perched high above, watched it all quietly, like he had watched it happen many times before. The forest wasn't just waiting, it was preparing. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. The journey is just beginning.